a year. And even as early as 2012, 2013, 6 million. And last year, we actually did 9.8 million from a fiscal year perspective. But if you look at the last 12 months trending, we actually did over $12 million. So again, congrats guys. Just quickly breeze through this, but we picked up a lot of national clientele along the way and in a variety of different categories, ranging from appliance installations, home electronics, fitness and furniture assembly, delivery, electrical services, central vac, plumbing, renewable energy, HVAC service, handyman services, painting, roofing, water softeners, water heaters, garage doors. I'm probably leaving out some, I know Nest thermostats and some of the smart home technology. So again, not only are we just doing appliance installs, which a lot of you guys are very familiar with, but we're doing a wide breadth of services out there. So, what is QuickContractors? Sometimes people think we're a contractor, which is great. Sometimes people think we're a management company, but I just wanted to quickly kind of focus on what exactly we do in our business and what our service offering is. So today we started out in the vendor qualification aspect of things, right? So making sure that we keep track of all the liability insurance, the criminal background checks, the WSIB or WCB, all the important aspects of things. We also kind of marry that up with what I like to call state-of-the-art software. Sometimes it doesn't work as the way we want it to, but we're definitely working on continuing to evolve our software solution. We have a 360-degree feedback, so we have survey mechanisms to get feedback from the customers. And last but definitely not least, we have a national network of contractors. So we do respect the fact that there's a big difference between throwing a dart at the yellow pages and hoping for the best and building long-term relationships with our contractors. We have some folks that have been with us for, how long have you guys been? 8 years, and done over 7,000 jobs in the system and actually 9,000 total jobs for us. So we definitely value long-term relationships, and the state-of-the-art software and the feedback really helps us to articulate the value of our network to our clients. And we want to make sure that we're standing behind our contractors and helping you guys grow your business. So the ultimate goal, obviously, is the best-in-class customer experience. So kind of gives you an idea of what our service offering is as a whole. So why are we here today? So how many people have heard of Uber before? Cool. The Uber platform is essentially a service that allows people to connect with taxi or drivers that kind of perform the same function as taxi drivers, but not necessarily are licensed taxi drivers. So there's a couple concepts out there, and they refer to it as on-demand labor, collaborative consumption, social collaboration. But really what it is basically an on-demand workforce. So this Uber effect, as they call it, is going to be changing the landscape in terms of how we operate our business. To give you an idea of the breadth of investment that's being put into this category, this is venture capital investment over the last 5 years. And you can see in 2014, there was $8.8 billion invested in this space. And it's not just kind of segregated to small startups. I don't know if anybody knew, but last week Amazon entered into the home services space. Google is now going to be entering into the home services space. Some pretty big names. Some names you may not have heard of, but that are out there as well. It used to be called HandyBook, but it's called Handy now. TaskRabbit, Ask for Task. So again, shared economy, collaborative consumption, on-demand service. So what does this mean for us? It's changing the level of expectation from a customer service perspective, right? So 5 years ago, faxing was okay, right? And then cell phones came along, and cell phones and email were the norm. Now people expect a little bit more. They want on-demand service. We recognize the fact that home services definitely isn't a cookie-cutter category, but there's a lot of companies out there aggressively making investments in this space to try to refine it as much as possible. So, the user experience is you'd be able to go on your smartphone, select exactly what you're looking for, the date and time you'd like it done, the task or the exercise that you'd like done. They're going to bring up the person's picture, their ratings, everything, the rates they're charging, and be able to actually book them real time on your phone. So, kind of give you an idea. This is an interface for those of you that haven't used Uber. You can basically say your start point, your end point, what kind of car you want to drive in, whether it's an SUV, whether it's an entry-level vehicle. It'll actually bring up on the map real time where all the drivers are relative to your location. Once you select or confirm the payment, it actually brings up the driver's name, their license plate number, and you can see up in the top right-hand corner there the ETA until arrival. So again, you can SMS message, you can call your driver, and no longer are you sitting looking out your window wondering when the cab's going to get there. It completely changes the game from a user experience perspective. So what does that mean for us? If the pizza guy can tell you when they're arriving down to the minute, the cab driver, the home delivery folks, what does that mean for us? It means we have to evolve, right? For those of you that are intimidated by this kind of stuff, it's really just a dog and pony show, for those of you that don't know. I thought it was pretty funny. There's not a lot of stuff that they are doing that's revolutionary, like track and trace technology, geolocation technology has been around in the logistics space for years, right? This isn't something new. It's the, I guess, the access to mobile data, the amount of people that have data plans that can support this kind of stuff that didn't exist 2 years ago, that makes this a game changer for us, right? Because before, if you wanted to track something on your phone, you pay hundreds of dollars in data plans. Today, you're gonna pay a couple cents, right? So they've streamlined the entire way we can process data online, and again, that's the game changer for us. But a lot of people think this is a new space. For those of you that are old enough to remember LL Cool J, it's for us, we're not starting behind the 8 ball at all, right? So we don't have to reinvent the wheel to catch up with these guys. The irony is, and this is a pitch deck, this is a slide from a deck that I created 5 years ago. So we've had the technology to track and trace in our system for the last 5 years. So again, we've had this stuff all along. We don't have to start over again. We don't have to redeploy or redevelop the technology. We've had it 5 years ago. The problem is, or not problem, but the situation was when we started out, we really wanted to be as accommodating as possible to the contractors that we're interacting with. So if you want to do fax, you do fax. If you want to do email, you do email. If you want to call us, we'll handle the call. So we really didn't push the technology, but we've been continually investing it on the back end. So we have the technology. We have the clients. So Aaron here's in the fourth row back. He's from Home Depot. We have the strong support of a lot of our clients. So if we were starting from ground zero tomorrow, we'd have to develop technology, we'd have to find clients. We have both of those today, and they're extremely supportive of our initiatives. And most importantly, we have a great group of contractors to start with, right? So from my perspective, we have all the tools to be successful in this industry, and really today is about the future. So again, while we're not ungrateful or regretful about how we got here, we recognize evolution in our industry is happening all around us, and we need to collectively adapt to continue to be industry leaders. So, from my perspective, we really understand that you guys are the lifeblood of this business, but we want to make sure that nobody gets left behind, and today we're going to work on some of the initiatives and going over how we can collectively make sure we stay ahead of the curve. So we're going to go over some customer service today, scheduling and time windows, a lot of the new technology and efficiency opportunities that we have out there, and again, we're going to talk about future opportunities as a result. So I'm going to bring Steph up here. Steph, where are you? No? Steph, do you want to come? We're just going to go over some of the housekeeping items for today. Do you want to talk about the format? Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't see her in the pool there.
Move over.
Take your time. No rush.
Hi everybody. I just want to start by saying welcome. It's good to see everybody. We've been putting a lot of time and effort into this event, so it's really nice to see everything come together. So basically the way that the schedule is going to work is we're going to separate you into 2 classrooms. The larger classroom is obviously going to be on this side, and then the smaller group on that side. So we're going to have some music in between transitions between the, Max covered this. So we're going to have music that's going to be our indicator to switch rooms. So when you came in and when you registered, you're going to have either A or B on your name tag. Or sorry, the presenters are going to switch rooms, so you just have to stay in where you're sitting. So do you want to go ahead and we'll start the trip?
Before we leave, I just want to thank you guys, and today's going to be an exciting day. We have lunch at what time? We have lunch at 11:55 in the sunken garden over here. Apparently it's really hot, so for those of you that wear a long sleeve, I apologize. And we have dinner at Doc McGilligan's over here. We're going to have a little contractor award ceremony tonight, so we'll get started with the rotation. A stays here, B goes over there.
Okay, so let's shut this off.
Hey, look at Brad.
Okay, I know. Let's shut this off.
No, leave it. Leave it. Yes, leave everything. Because we're going to edit them, right? Yes. What are we?
Hang on 1 second. Sid, I need a glass of water. How's it going?
So where am I needed? Or do I need to do anything? So I can do absolutely nothing.
Nice try.
Sorry. Yeah, well, I'm in the way. Yeah, what were you saying? Where exactly would you
I got triple this time. I'm not going
It is really hard. Okay, where are we going? Yeah, like I want to watch the people.